Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Not I'm Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today, so we can talk about why some cards become ridiculously expensive these days. We're gonna do this by looking at the Candelabra of Tawnos as an example. The Candelabra of Tawnos has been a card that was around $1,000 for the longest time, and over the last couple of months the price rose to is that an English word? The price spiked to about 2,000 and sometimes even $2,500 if you want to get a near mint copy. I think graded ones even have been sold for a lot more than that, around $3,000. I'm lucky to have one in my antiquities binder here. Been having this one for a couple of years now, I believe. I had one back in the day, and then you trade, and yeah, you know how it goes. But obviously I wanted to complete my antiquities collection, so I got one a couple of years ago. I think, let's say in 2022 or whatever, I paid about $700 for this, which still was quite a hefty price in my personal opinion. But now, if you look at the prices, of course it was a bargain. And I'm also lucky because I have a very, very nice looking copy. This obviously has become super expensive. I think it is the poster child for cards that spike because of the popularity of a certain format. And we're talking about the Commander format, of course. And as we know, you can untap lands with this, so this is a really, really strong card. And along with this, another card spiked, which obviously is the Chaos Cradle, which has been very, very strong for quite a while now, but the price almost doubled for the Cradle as well, same as for the Candelabra of Tawnos, because they go very well together. If you have a Cradle out on the battlefield and you actually tap it for a couple of mana, and you are able to untap it and tap it for a couple of mana again, you have a very, very strong turn with a lot of mana available. And I think that is obviously what people are looking for. I would like to talk a little bit about the scarcity of these cards. Obviously, we're talking about reserve list cards. I mean, even a couple of staples that are not reprinted that often, that are not on the reserve list, are a couple of $100. I think Chromox is back up to $200 as well, which is crazy in my opinion. But yeah, it's the price you pay if you want to have a certain card in your deck. But especially cards that are on the reserve list obviously command a higher price than normal, because of this copy there are only around 21,000 printed. There were only around 21,000 printed. I think 20,700 copies is the official number. How many have disappeared over the years? How many have been destroyed? How many people have play sets? If you want to have a play set of this, there are only like around 5,150 playsets available or something like that. And if a couple of people have like 10 in their collection, then you're already down one of those playsets. It's very difficult to get these cards. And it's interesting to me that it takes so long sometimes until the potential of a certain card is discovered. I mean, back in the day already we knew that this was a strong card. This was included in decks. I had this in a deck as well, in an artifact deck with a Mishra's Workshop. And you only made like 2 mana profit with a Mishra's Workshop if you tapped it for 3 for an artifact, but still, that was 2 mana more than your opponent had, and it worked out pretty well. And obviously, you could do it with several workshops, untap all of them, and then tap them again. Back in the day, that was a nice combo. Obviously, let's have a look at the workshop, so you see what I mean. Lots of other artifacts in here, whereas here's the workshop. So yeah, that was a good combo back in the day. That worked pretty well. If you had 2 or 3 workshops on the table, you tap. Let's say you had 3 on the table, you tapped them for 9 mana, you untapped all 3 for 3, again for 9, and you're up 15 mana for like a big Colossus of Sardia or whatever, which obviously isn't the best move, but back in the day that was pretty cool. Staples like this, by the way, have a look at this one as well. I think this one went up in price too. And it's not banned or anything in Commander. So yeah, very, very good card. Not as strong as the combo with the Chaos Cradle, obviously, but still, the Workshop is a very, very good and very strong card. Folks, I really would urge you to have a look at a couple of the cards you still want to get, if you want to get these old cards, right? You see if they are playable, if they are in demand, how quickly things can escalate. That escalated quickly. It literally did. So what if they, for a crazy reason, decide to say, hey, Moxes are now allowed in Commander? I mean, some Moxes are, not all of them, obviously, the old ones are not, but like the Chrome Mox, you see what happens, the price goes up. What would happen if certain other card that is a couple of $100 suddenly, and that's on the reserve list, suddenly becomes very interesting for Commander? Yeah, then these cards will definitely spike, and then if you need to get them at that moment, you pay the highest price. I think it's very advisable to get some cards out of the way. I actually wanted to get 1 or 2 more, never got around to it. Now for a couple of $1,000, that's not gonna happen. It's okay. I'm having one for the collection and probably gonna stay like this, but yeah, in the end, certain cards get out of reach. That's how it goes. I don't complain about it because I got a couple of cards that are out of reach for others, and I do not mean that in an arrogant way, but if you collect for, let's say, 30 years, even more, I mean, I've been with Magic the Gathering from the start, then at a certain point you are able to add cards to your collection, right? And over the years that accumulates. So everybody who focuses, even nowadays, can get certain very expensive cards if they are like focusing on those cards only. Focus is key when collecting. And if you want to have them to play, you don't need like 10 or 20 of these expensive cards in your Commander deck. But if you want to have one in your Commander deck, yeah, then you have to bite the bullet and pay $2,000. It is what it is. So, folks, get those cards while you can and don't wait until they go up in price. And I know it's very difficult to anticipate the market, if not impossible. But what you can do is have a look at the cards you like, have a look at the cards you want to put in your deck, and see if there are any cards in there that have potential that might go up in the future. You never know. Get those cards out of the way while you can. Don't doubt too much. Sometimes it's okay to buy them. And if you don't, hey, you don't have to have everything. I mean, there are a lot of blank spaces here on that page. It is what it is. Sometimes collecting is about the way, not the destination itself. Like the road to get there. Folks, stay healthy, stay frosty. Let me know in the comment what you think about the recent price spikes. Do you have any other cards you are having your eye on? You think like, Jürgen, maybe you should get yourself a copy of that, or maybe you should get yourself a copy of this. I personally would say the Cradle will get even higher in price. It's about $1,500 now. I think that's very, very high for a card because it's not as rare as this, obviously. But because of the print run, which was different with Urza block. But in the end, if you want to get one, they won't spike to $3,000 within a week. No worries. But maybe like after the summer towards Christmas, they are going up another $200, and then they are not like 1,300 anymore, but then they are 1,500, and then beginning of next year they are up to like 1,700, 1,800, and at a certain point it will hit the 2,000 mark. So yeah, do you want to get it now, or do you want to get it next year for $500 more? It is not that difficult of a question if you really want to focus on this. Stay healthy, folks. Stay frosty. Let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah, crazy. Commander. making the old card spike? Who would have thought? Bye, folks. Thanks a lot for listening. I'll talk to you next time.